Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how I repot into semi-hydro. Okay, so today I'm going to do my Phalaenopsis Gigantea. And again, let me emphasize, this is not a how-to, this is a how-I. Okay? This is how I repot into semi-hydro. Okay, so we got my Phalaenopsis Gigantea right here. This is the, whoops. This is what we're going to repot it into. See where we made the two holes. Right down here, about an inch and a half from the bottom. And then I have my leca here that's already been washed, mixed with some ceramic. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so first I'm going to dump this out. Save that container for something else. Phalaenopsis usually take pretty well to the semi-hydro, I found. The only thing you have to be careful of is keeping the root zone relatively warm, because it is going to be moister than it usually is, at least moister than it was in fir bark, and the heating mat really helps with that, because it's constant heat to the root zone, and I've noticed like a big difference. Like they are able to acclimate to the semi-hydro much faster and with much more success. I mean, a year ago when I first started with the semi-hydro, I lost like 3 or 4 phals, and I didn't know why. I couldn't figure it out. Some took, some didn't. Some of them, all the roots rotted, and the thing just died. And it was because A, it was the winter, so it was already cold to begin with, and B, I didn't have the heating mat, so that impacted negatively on them, poor guys. All right, see, I have a couple of dead roots in here. Not many, but some. So we're going to get those out first, but let me get the main big pieces of bark out. Okay. So, alright, those will leave on until I wet it. Alright, so see. This is what we have. So I'm going to give this a little rinse. Rinsing also helps you see which roots are alive and not, or dead, because they turn green when they're wet. So or white. The ones that have never been exposed to light or photosynthesized are white. That's good. So let's see what we got. Get this out of here. Now, so you have a couple of dead roots, not many. You can feel which ones. The ones you're not sure about, if you give them a squeeze and development doesn't come off and it feels like pretty firm, and you know it's alive. If it's like papery and like the outer sheet of the root comes off, the velamen, then you know it's dead. But no, most of these are pretty good. Pretty good shape. So I had one little half-dead root here, and I think most of them are out. Yeah, looking good. This is the Phalaenopsis I got at the Expo in Toulouse, Gigantea. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to, just for good measure, spray with hydrogen peroxide. Spray the whole root zone with 3% hydrogen peroxide. 3% is the concentration that you buy of the hydrogen peroxide. It's 3% by volume. I just use that straight up, no water, and I don't dilute it or anything. Just give the whole root zone a nice spray, just to avoid any infections or anything from having the open cut root. Okay, so we'll leave that for a second. Now, take your semi-hydro container, put some leca on the bottom. Make sure you rinse your leca thoroughly when you buy it, before you use it, because it's got a lot of dust on it, and that can I don't know. It could negatively impact on the roots, maybe. You don't want any kind of dust or dirt particles, you know, possibly clogging up the roots or anything like that. So give it a good rinse. And you want to fill it up above, right to about above the where the two holes are, because you don't want to pot it into. You don't want the roots going into the reservoir when you pot it. It's another thing if once the plant is established and it grows its roots into the reservoir, that's fine, because they're probably going to be new roots that will acclimate themselves to the environment that they're growing into. So if they grow in by themselves, that's fine, but you don't want to pot it directly into the reservoir, because that's a sure way to kill off the roots. Okay, so you see that? All right, now take Phalaenopsis and let's place it in the pot. Any roots that were aerial roots outside the pot, I'm going to leave outside, because yeah, they don't usually do too well. When you put aerial roots inside the pot, they usually die, for me at least. I find if they were aerial roots, just leave them as aerial roots, and they're a good backup plan for the orchid. Just in case all else goes wrong inside the pot and the roots die, or anything else that happens where the roots become non-functional, and the plant can rely on its area roots for humidity and for water retention, and even foliar feed. You can probably get nutrients in by the aerial roots, but it's basically the orchid's backup plan, just in case all else fails. Okay, so all else fails, no pun intended, foul. All right, yeah, corny. Okay, now with it in place, you're gonna hold right about in the middle. Start filling with the leca all around. And you can give it a little shake, a little squeeze, just to get them in between the roots. This side. Okay, once you've got about half of the rots in, you'll see that the orchid stays in place already. It's already being held up by itself. Okay, this looks about right. You can see from there. We've got it. Okay, let's give it a nice quick watering. It's pure RO water. I'll do this over here so you can see it. It. Okay. Now let's move this. Okay, going into the crown. Okay. Now. Yeah. Way around. Over. See? Now what's going to happen to this is what you have over here. You see all that condensation? That's from the heat at the bottom. And that'll keep the root zone warm and make it conducive to the roots growing and for the olens to stay alive, hopefully. Just keep your fingers crossed and just keep an eye on it. and everything goes well. So that was my how I repot into semi-hydro, at least my Phalaenopsis. Depending on the orchid, sometimes it's a little more or less complicated, but that's pretty much give you a basic idea. Okay, everybody. So that was my little how I repot. I hope you enjoyed it, and any questions, just leave me them down below. Okay. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like below. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But please subscribe to my channel if you did for more videos like this, unboxings, repots, and updates galore. Okay. Have a great week, everybody. Happy growing. Bye.